Всем привет, дополните YouTube, с вами я, VERTIGO. Мы с вами продолжаем проходить Mass Effect, легендарное издание. И что у нас было в прошлой серии, то что насчет графики я был не прав. Не знаю, почему у меня было такое мнение. Просто тупизм был небольшой, ну, как обычно. Ну, не как обычно, потому что новая игра, вся херня, привыкаешь. Что еще было? Убили нашего союзника, который типа был враг, но стал за нас, его уже убил собственный союзник, или кто он там. Потерял я своего напарника, я как бы босс. Создал я как бы и красавца, и обезьяну, тут непонятно, тут от ракурса зависит. Вот эту женщину убили, но она воскресла. Ну и как бы все, ну и привыкаю, больше нечего сказать. Пришли за каким-то маяком. Бери что-то покушай, попить, приятного тебе просмотра и аппетита. Пока что мне нравится, как будет дальше, я не знаю.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Сейчас какую-то жопу сделает, да? Маяк это типа телепорт? Ну да, один раз она уже умерла. Теперь надо ее спасать. Алло, а меня кто спасет? Так, окей, нам показали, наверное, будущее сюжета, да, этого. Только я не разглядел, я ни хера не понял. Я только увидел крупный план писюна своего. И чё, типа я потерял память? Угу, достижение, спасибо. Ну окей, я так понял, мы прошли пролог, да? Ну типа обучалку. Это главный босс, да, будет?
The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
Это что было только что? Потому что я теперь знаю, что произойдет.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
Я же говорю, я обезьяна какая-то.
Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the
хотя
way.
я смотрю на нее, мы как будто похожи. Мы не родственники случайно.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I don't suppose it occurred to you that Eden Prime has medical facilities?
Listen, you're better off in this infirmary than in any hospital on Eden Prime. Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe.
Вообще ничего не понял, потому что она очень быстренько так
We need
пролистывалась.
to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell him? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Не знаю, какой-то, кстати, мутный этот капитан наш. Ну ладно. Что у нас тут вообще? Ничего такого. С кем можно пообщаться? Синие на карте точки-то, да? С кем можно общаться? Ну да. Эшли, да?
I'm glad
Такая
you're
же
okay.
уродина, как и я.
Crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
When your number comes up, it's over. His did.
That's grim, Commander. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, though. Not after Torfin. That must have been hell.
Every time you kill, it gets a little easier.
With all due respect, I'm glad you're on our side.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Dead Marines, dead colonists. And in the end, we still didn't get that beacon.
You saved a lot of lives, Commander. It might be hard to keep that in perspective with what happened to Jenkins.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
А, еще с ней можно пообщаться. А, это типа мои напарники.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Ну ясно, ничего интересного. Так, я так понимаю, мне туда надо на мостик или куда? Я понял. Тут еще к управлению надо привыкать немножко. Ну, пока такой себе базовый лифт. Ага, либо на лифте, либо на лестнице, или это совсем разные пути. Алло! Ага, вот и я, кстати. Ну да, можно на лифте подняться. Так, окей. Ну, погнали к Джокеру. Пусть нас отправляет. Ну, пока ничего не понятно. Война, предатели. Убедите главных помочь нам. Сплошная дичь.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Подожди, а что была за зеленая штука на мини-карте? Неожиданно, кстати, ограничение FPS на этой сцене. Ну давай, сейчас нас познакомят с Советом. Посмотрим, какие они вообще. По-любому какие-то тупые дауны. Короче, смысл основного сюжета остановить войну, да, все.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
А с чего вдруг ограничение FPS в сценах появилось здесь? Угу. Большая локация.
The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because the Council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Saren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope
Так,
the
чел сам виноват, что не смотрит
Otherwise, the
за
Council
спиной.
might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Не, ну обвинять меня в том, что я провалил эту миссию. Чел сам просто доверился типу. И все, сам виноват. И разведка сообщила совсем не то, что надо было. Потому что было совсем по-другому. Так, а это что? Просто читать что-то, да? Ой, а зачем? Да, просто читать. Я не знаю, влияет ли это на что-то. Ну окей, будем читать. Так, там можно пройти? Нельзя. Ну, побежали. Осмотримся заодно. Я исследовать не буду. Мне это не интересно. Ну, вы мне напишите, стоит ли вообще исследовать. Но, наверное, не стоит. Подожди, вот зайти. Место интересов, магазин. Нет, подожди. А, это переход. Все, я понял.
Welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Мне интересно, здесь внешность можно поменять, а то я не могу смотреть на свой перса. А здесь как-то можно лутать деньги багами? Dragon Age можно было. Здесь есть магазин. Есть такая функция здесь.
As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three council races
Я вот читаю субтитры, если честно, у меня глаза плывут, потому что оно так по факту маскируется.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
Сливаются. Короче, сложно мне почему-то. Ладно, ничего интересного, можно было и не узнавать. Но это на что-то влияет, окей. Так, ну, получается мне сюда... Чё такое? Алло, что мне с FPS только что произошло? Куда мне вообще идти, алло? Что мне сказали, использовать эту херню? А, ну да. Халява. Многие есть здесь недочеты, я уже вижу. Надеюсь, в следующей части такого не будет. Почему только левый красивый? А, можно пропустить, кстати, поездку. Или что там пропустить, диалог? Ой, опять эта женщина. Опять с ней общаться? Так, подождите, а куда мне вообще плыть? Воу-воу, успокойся. Ой, опять общаться.
You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Зачем ее сделали такой прозрачной? Она сливается с фоном, ее не видно.
Tell me about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the Council Chambers and Citadel Control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
I'd like to hear more about the Council Chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council Chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the Council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
What if someone has business with the Council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using
Это хорошо. А
Have a pleasant
куда мне идти? Как понять, куда идти? Опять интересное место, магазины. Но это все неинтересно. Я не вижу места назначения моего. Я не понимаю, куда мне идти. Ну, пошли, я ж надеюсь, мне сюда. Но мне игра вела сюда. Что-то можно запутаться, если честно. А что, реально должен сам искать? А куда мне идти вообще? Побочное задание активировал какое-то. Ну хорошо, я понял. Кстати, напомню, та женщина прозрачно попросила не тревожить, как бы. Мой напарник слишком тревожный. Почему он так смотрит на нее? А чё она не отмечается? И как я должен был понять, что мне сюда надо идти? Я как бы приехал, а меня никуда не ведут.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the Council.
Come across anything I should know about?
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Сомневаюсь. Ну ладно. Сейчас узнаем. Подожди, вот у меня побочное задание. Как я должен побочное задание найти? Оно так же отмечается? Я не понимаю. Просто если бы оно меточку мне показывало хотя бы. Да, я знаю, что я могу сам как бы отмечать. Во как, то есть я могу еще вот так вот делать. Не, я то знаю, куда мне идти. Просто почему оно не отмечается? Как-то странно. Ну да ладно. Так, господа, пора слушать меня.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
Вы чё, приколисты?
Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
Ну, типа, я другого и не ожидал. Было очевидно. Они, как обычно, тупые, слепые. Ну и что будем делать?
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
I'll take care of it.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own.
They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Should go.
Good luck, Shepard.
Короче, слишком много информации. Иногда непонятно что-либо. Так, ладно. Куда мне идти? Че у меня вообще там по квесту? Ой, а чё так много всего? Почему оно не отмечается? Вот Сары не собрать. Поговорить с типом. Какое-то задание. Как я должен это все находить, you know? Я не знаю, зачем я сюда подошел. Что это такое? А, это телепорт такой? Ну чё, будем сейчас общаться с первым челом? Ля, какой ты дрыщ. Растишку поешь? Ай, ля, бублик. Чё он такой грустный?
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. You were at Torfan, correct? You led the final assault against the enemy base, if memory serves.
I don't like strangers keeping tabs on me.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for
Nice. А то я уже, малёха, что-то обосрался.
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
How do I find him?
I heard he was paying Citadel security a visit. If you hurry, you can probably catch him before he leaves the CSEC Academy.
Thanks for the info.
My pleasure, Commander.
That's him.
Не понял. Что за атака сразу началась? Так, а что у вас тут выбрано, кстати? Алло, а что заблокировано? В смысле, она по себе сама? Схера ли она меня не слушает, эта вумен? Это можно как-то... О! А то я как бы задумал. Слоты умений стоять. Но неважно, зато удобно. А, ты мертвый. Сказал бы хотя бы. А чё на нас напали вдруг? Меня уже хотят вывести из строя. Какой-то дробаш слабый, тебе не кажется? Почему я им пользуюсь тогда? Хороший вопросик. Так, господа. Кто меня решил убить? Шо за стриптиз и без сисек? Здорово, лысый.
I could have been a Marine, you know. Instead, I joined the goddamn Citadel security. Biggest mistake of my life.
I'm looking for a CSEC officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, huh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Just tell me where Garrus is before this gets ugly.
But it's all related, don't you see? The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The heroes fall. Classic tragedy.
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well spread them around.
One more chance. Tell me where Garrus is. Now.
Okay, settle down. He went to speak to Dr. Michelle.
Зачем он такую позу стал? Он не мог просто пистолет навести на него.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The Executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You got off easy, if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be.
Почему я вот это СБЦ читаю как СБУ все время?
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown-nosers.
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Why'd you go ask him about that?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go.
Прокачались. И автоматически сами прокачались. Я не знаю, может так и оставить, потому что я как бы пока не чувствую проблемы. Игра сама прокачивает, почему бы и нет. Найс. Надень шлем. Ты без шлема некрасивый, ты тоже надень. А, ты не можешь надеть. Что-то они меня вообще... так вот как это работает, понятно. Так, ну что получается? Отправляться туда, еще мне надо сюда. Нет, это не то, вот тут. Мне надо поговорить с этим. В СБЦ Академию отправиться. И куда мне надо отправиться? Ага. А чё в магазинах продают? Мне вот это интересно. Как это вообще устроено здесь? Припасы? А что конкретно? 2000. Я, во-первых, не понимаю, как это надевать. И вообще, как это работает. И вот в чем разница? Да я ни хера не понимаю. Где мое? А, вот мое. У меня лучше, кстати. Но это уже получше, да. Но я вроде бы могу, да, я могу купить. Короче, оно просто автоматически, да, надевается. Так у меня куча всего. Вот. Я могу это продать. Улучшение брони. Продать весь мусор. Мусор мы продали, окей. Херню получили, пистолет. Подожди. А как это надевать, менять? Как это работает вообще? Да заткнись ты. Я из-за тебя вышел случайно. Да тихо там. Не тренди, умойся. Что ты вообще продаешь? Короче, я не понимаю многое. Что? Зачем? А как мне вот это менять? Как мне надевать? А, так, окей, я каким-то чудом прокачиваю вот это. Не понимаю, как, конечно. Алло, а чё на мне женская фигня? А я не могу вернуть. Я еще улучшение засуну. Ну это... нет, это получше. Так, подожди, это, конечно, все довольно интересно. Подожди, их тоже я могу прокачивать, да? Ой, как-то геморройно, тебе не кажется? Что-то непонятно. Как это вообще работает? Вот мне объясни просто. Получается, я срил ее броню? Но я деньги пока тратить не буду. Как понять, что продать? Короче, запутано многое еще. Подскажите мне, господа. Мне просто надо привыкнуть. Не, ну как будто это немножко получше. То, что я у нее забрал. Почалося. Вот это у меня броня, я понимаю. Не, видно, что оружие меняются. Им я вроде тоже поменял, но я не хочу просто продать. Как-то запарно. Алло, а что у меня сразу вот это достал? О, нихера себе, как у меня фигачит. Я вижу, вы приколисты, да? О, у меня, кстати, здесь улучшенное. Так, подожди, вот это вроде бы я не менял. Такой же вроде, да? Угу. Но оно еще долго шмаляет, но урон посильнее, кстати. Ну ладно, будем разбираться чуть позже. Сейчас уже будем серию заканчивать. Я говорю, еще надо обучаться.
Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you, all of you.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
Меня так забавляет, как он бровь все время поднимает свою.
Wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
Does this have anything to do with the investigation into Saren?
I think it might. Dr. Michelle, tell us what happened.
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Then what?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There's no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we heard about him.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
Ага, можно иметь, получается, в общем, 6 напарников. Биотехнические, технологии, боевые умения. Эшли, это чел. Ну и чё? А, это кого я выбираю? Ну давай вот это. На этого мне насрать. Короче, только по 2 можно носить. Ну окей, чё, имба. Так, у тебя можно купить, да, что-то?
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Now, was there anything you needed?
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Алло, а чё за цены? Алло, как мне 420 тысяч здесь заработать? Я не понял, что за приколисты. Как понять то, что мне надо, чтобы я свое не продал просто случайно? 92, 83, 73. Получается, продать? Как продать здесь? Так, я продал, получается. Тут еще по 73 2 штуки. Или то, что... А это что за баранье? А я не могу носить средние броньки, да? Дробовик, 102, 102... Только так, наверное, понимать вот это можно, да? Ну, если я правильно понял... А, я продал, да. Упс, Хьюстон, у нас проблемы. Короче, я понял, как это делается. Странно, что оно продается, то, что на тебе надето. Но это тупо. Но я понял, все, я разобрался. Теперь я уже разобрался. Конечно, им бы вернуть то, что и было. Ну, как будто это можно, кстати, продать. Как будто да. Можно назад вернуть то, что я продал тебе случайно? Нельзя? Ну, ладно. Ну, ребят, ничего страшного, да? Или страшно? Надеюсь, что нет. Я, получается, дробаш им продал. Ладно, все равно они дробашом не пользуются. Подожди. Что у тебя? Угу. Окей, так и будем играть. Ну чё, ребят, закончим на этом серию. Можете мне тоже пообъяснять, чтобы я понимал. Денег, конечно, здесь ого, как много надо. Ну что получается, у нас новый союзник появился. Ну, я думаю, ему можно верить. У меня вот такой... розовый стиль сейчас в моде в этой игре. Ну и как бы все. Немножко получше что-то там прокачал. Что-то разбираюсь, выхожу, выполняю. С Советом встретились, с кем-то еще встретились. Короче, если честно, до хера информации, ни хера не понятно. Но посмотрим, как оно все будет продвигаться. Тоже подписывайтесь, комментируйте, ставьте лайк. Не забывайте нажимать на колокольчик, рассказывайте друзьям, подписывайтесь на ТикТок. Увидимся уже в следующей серии. Всем спасибо и всем пока.